What is up, Insaners, and welcome to another video of the Fantasy Premier League 2022-23 season. In this one, guys, we're going to talk about our team selection for Game Week 20. So if you like this video today, guys, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more FPL content. And with that, let's start today's video. So we'll start with the defense first, guys. So I have Kepa in goal right now from Chelsea. Chelsea hasn't been that great defensively. They are conceding a lot of goals. They're not winning any of their games. And that's a little bit concerning. That's a little bit of a worry. I really expected Chelsea to improve on their clean sheet potential, but it is not looking like that. We have a replacement ready for Kepa for this week, and we'll discuss about it when we talk about our transfer plans. But right now, we have him in our team for now. Then in terms of our defense, we're playing a back three this week. We have Shaw, Cancelo and Trippier. I think Trippier is pretty much a set and forget. Then we have Shaw, who's a great option for the double game week. Yes, one of the fixtures is against Man City. I mean, the numbers are okay, but they're still conceding a few goals. And Shaw definitely has attacking potential and he can get attacking return. So I think he's a great option. Then there's Cancelo. He's a big worry. Now there are some rumors going on. There are some news and information going on that Man City has been testing a particular formation in a particular lineup. And Cancelo features in that lineup. So I'm not very sure in terms of what is the authenticity of that report, etc. But it's still a doubt. Cancelo is a big risk. There is a chance that he might start one of the games. I'm not still very sure that he'll start both games against Man City and Tottenham. There is heavy rotation expected, at least among the defensive players from Man City. I think Cancelo is definitely one of the options or one of the players that we are trying to move on from this week. Then in terms of the midfield, guys, it's a pretty much solid and a template midfield. So we have Martinelli, Almiron and Rashford as slightly budget options. We have the premium option as Kevin De Bruyne. I think all of them are pretty solid picks. They have decent fixtures. Yes, you can argue that maybe Odegaard is in better form than Martinelli right now, but I think it doesn't really make any sense to spend a transfer on Odegaard, especially when we have double game week players to target. So there is still a potential that maybe we can get to a Mahrez. We'll talk about it in our transfer plans, but again, it's a huge risk. Mahrez also can very easily start from the bench, and that's a big worry for me. Almiron comes back in our team from last week, guys. He was benched last week in our team. Now he comes back on. It's against Fulham. The game is pretty decent. Fulham aren't the best sides in terms of defensive capabilities. I think Almiron has decent attacking threat. Then there's Rashford, the standout option in the United attack. So that also is a great pick to have. Coming to our attack, guys, coming to our forwards, we have Haaland, Darwin and Mitrovic right now. So Haaland is captain right now. We'll talk about triple captaincy in just a bit, but he's of course not going anywhere. Then we have Darwin, guys, who's flagged in the FPL game right now. Now, there is a chance that he might not feature in the Liverpool game against Brighton. I think it's going to be a tricky game. Yes, Brighton are conceding a lot of chances. They're conceding goals as well. It could still be okay, but I think there's a chance that Darwin misses out this game. And he's definitely one of the players that we are trying to move on this week. Then there's Mitrovic. I think Mitrovic can drop to our bench. We'll discuss about our transfer plans. But I think this is the team that we have. There are a couple of changes that we can easily make. I think quite a lot of managers will be taking a few hits and we can also do the same. Yes, we can probably invest that hits in different set of players. But I think taking hits is absolutely fine, guys. We have 2.1 million in the bank, and guys, let's move on to our transfer plans for Game Week 20. Now these are two options in terms of our transfer strategy for Game Week 20, guys. The first option is basically using 3 transfers where we have 1 free transfer and then we'll be taking 2 hits, so that will be a -8. Now in terms of players going out, we have Darwin Núñez who's flagged. There's Joao Cancelo who's also a doubt in terms of starting both games. Then there's Kepa who's been starting games but he's not that great in terms of keeping clean sheets, especially if Chelsea are that bad defensively. So we have 3 players going out and the players coming in are Harry Kane, Botman and Edison. So Harry Kane is a great option in attack. He has a double game week. Yes, it's a tricky double game week, but Harry Kane is in decent form. Mind you, Tottenham haven't been doing that great, but Harry Kane has been the standout player. He's been scoring a lot of goals, and I think with that form, he can still score against the tougher teams. I think he's a great option to cover off that risk. Then there's Botman. We're doubling on the Newcastle defense. You can double up on your Newcastle defense. It's one of the best defenses in the league. They are keeping clean sheets. Botman is not really costing us a lot of money, and I think he's a great budget defender. Then there's Edison, and this one's very interesting. Now, rather than going for a Man City defender, because there's a lot of rotation expected in the Man City defense, we've gone for Edison instead. Now, Edison is expected to start most games. I don't expect him to get rested. Unless he's injured, he's not going to lose his place in the lineup, guys. And I think he's a great option. Now, I understand the argument that Edison might not have any attacking upside. He may not give you any attacking returns, etc. But he can cover that off with that nailness in this team, guys. I think he's a pretty much set and forget in terms of the Man City goalkeepers. I think if you're okay playing a bit safe, I mean, if you really want to play safe, I think Edison is the one to go for. Now, the second option here is basically using 2 transfers. Now we've taken out João Cancelo and Darwin Núñez, similar to what we're doing in the option 1. And then we've taken in Akanji or Stones, one of the defenders from Man City. It's always a risk in terms of which one to go for. There's also a flag on Stones right now, so unless we get any information that he's out, etc., I think he's the option to go for. He's pretty much nailed in that City backline. Yes, he can still get benched for one of the odd games, but I think he's still one of the most nailed options in terms of the City defense. Then there's Akanji as well. I think Akanji is a good option. We can go for him. Then there's Harry Kane. So we're taking out Darwin Núñez and then we're getting in Harry Kane. So it's basically whether we want to take an additional hit to get in that defender, maybe do a little bit of a structural change and get in Edison, who's a pretty much nailed option for Man City. It's mostly going to be one of these two options, guys. I don't see myself going for somebody like a Mahrez. I think my midfield is pretty much set and solid. There's always a chance that Mahrez can probably get benched for one of the games. One bad game and he may lose his place as well. So I'm not very okay taking that risk. But again, if you're okay, if you're an attacking manager, I think you can easily go for that move, guys. And it's still a good option, but it's not for my team. Now let's talk about captaincy and triple captaincy, guys. Now we have a good set of options in terms of going for captaincy. I think Haaland has to be the standout option. He's the safest option. He's been in good form. The fixtures are against United and Tottenham, so they're tricky fixtures, but I still feel there's a lot of potential in Haaland. Then there's KDB. In case if you're okay taking a bit of a risk, if you want to go against the crowd, I think KDB is the next best alternative. Now, in case if you're looking at other options, so let's say for example, if you're trying to chase rank or if you're trying to catch up on your mini league rivals, etc., you can go for Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford, or at least one of the options here. Both have slightly trickier fixtures. I think Rashford has slightly better fixtures, considering that Palace are a pretty poor side at the moment. But I think both are good options. They're very, very risky because of the fact that if Haaland scores well, if he does well, and considering the fact that most of the managers are going to captain Haaland, I think there could be a lot of rank loss here. Still, if you're okay with the risk, I think these are the two options to go for. Now, in case, in a very unlikely scenario, in case if you're looking to captain a single game week player, then there's Mohamed Salah against Brighton. It's an away fixture, but Brighton are conceding a lot of chances. They are conceding goals as well. I think Liverpool's attack, it's been doing okay. It's been creating a lot of chances. They're getting a lot of big chances, but they're not scoring enough goals. I expect that to change at least in the upcoming games. It could happen in the Brighton game as well, guys. So I think he's a good option. Now coming to triple captaincy here, there's definitely a good potential for triple captaincy for this week, guys. The fixtures are tricky, but there's known information. We know that Haaland is definitely going to start both games. I think both games are very, very important for Man City. I don't think Pep can afford to lose more points or more ground on the Arsenal team, guys. I think Haaland is definitely going to start. Now there's also an option of maybe triple captaining Haaland in game week 23. There the fixtures slightly easier, but then there's a lot of unknown information for now. Maybe Haaland can get injured. Maybe there's some additional information that comes to light which may stop us from triple captaining Haaland at that point of time. Then there could be potential double game weeks in game week 29, 34 or even 37. But we don't know the fixtures. I mean the confirmed fixtures. There's a lot of unknown information at that point. The league scenario might be very different. And I think a lot could change by then. So in case if you want to go a bit safer in terms of triple captaincy, I think this is the week to go for. It's not a wrong option. It's just that you have to decide for your own team, for your own player. And game week 23, in case if you're looking at an alternative option, I think game week 23 is a close second. So this was my team, my transfer strategy, and the best captaincy options for double game week 20, guys. Do let me know what transfers you're making for game week 20. Do let me know if you're using your triple captainship. And first of all, who's your captain for game week 20? Do let me know in the comments below. That'll be all from my side for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed and liked the video today. I hope you found it useful. If you did, guys, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more FPL content. Now we'll be doing the deadline stream a couple of hours before the deadline. So if you have any more questions, any more queries, any dilemmas that you have before the deadline, guys, you can join us for those last minute questions, guys, and we'll definitely help you out. I hope to see you there. In any case, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.